Mic check. Mic check. F the New World Order. Screw them. Not interested in that. So that's what I'm here to say. Screw them. Screw Carney. Screw what he's doing to Canada. Screw that all. And I'm just angry about it. And that's why I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out how to turn off this music. Mic works? Awesome. What do you mean, who cares? Who cares about what? Who cares about the New World Order? We care. We got stuck with it. We got stuck with freaking China Carney. Hey, you know which New World Order I actually care about? The only one that matters, the only world order that matters, and that's God's New World Order. Uh, because that is coming, and that definitely is coming. He says it in Revelations. If you don't believe it, please go read the book of Revelation. And just so that you are aware of what's in store when the only world order that matters is actually established when Christ returns. The only world order that matters is Christ's world order. Okay, so you said the audio is good, excellent. I'm not sure what you're agreeing with there. Nova Scotia, Canada, 8287. Why am I not streaming on Rumble as well? Because it takes an extra step. And today I just felt like focusing on X. Because, apparently putting effort into YouTube might just end me down the drain anyway, because they already have a note on one of my latest videos saying, oh, the New World Order is a conspiracy theory. And, Wikipedia was just like kind enough to provide the information saying the New World Order is not something that's real. Carney wasn't just in China, and he didn't say, oh, the New World Order is about to be established with all these like changing geopolitical lines and ideas and partnerships and relationships and all that stuff that's being established. That's all fake. Don't believe your lying eyes. Gonna need a ton of screws and a good screwdriver for what? For what? Francois-V, for what? He's a profound embarrassment. Like, I hope you're referring to Carney because, well, obviously you are. I don't know how you cannot feel embarrassment for what he's currently doing. He went across the sea in his fancy jet, Mr. Climate Change, is jet setting around the world. He's in China. He's promoting a new world order, aligning us with China. And we're not supposed to be embarrassed about that. I said it in a post earlier. I thought to myself, never in my life did I think that I would see a leader of the free Western world say, hey, you know what? We should just like go align ourselves with communism in China because America bad, freedom bad, First Amendment right to say what you think, free speech bad. The Second Amendment right to defend your family, your home, your kids, your property with the right to bear arms, bad. So bad for communism. So bad for communism. Who cares? A trademark for Carney. Not sure what that means. I'm hearing of a Canada-wide protest. Any word? Well, there's always a protest in Canada of something. Like I hope Canadians actually wake up and realize what's going on. I haven't heard anything recently, but maybe I was just not paying attention. Carney's saying the quiet part out loud again. Yes, he is. But the CBC will tell you, no, he didn't say that. I don't know if you guys saw Juno News put out an article where they highlight how CBC deceptively edited out the part where Mark Carney says the phrase New World Order. And just by me saying this phrase, I'm pretty sure that YouTube has already put a Wikipedia fact check, Wikipedia note to make sure that you, the viewer, know that the New World Order The New World Order is just a conspiracy theory. Mark Carney didn't say it a few days ago in China at that little meeting. He that didn't happen. Don't listen to the words that Mark Carney said. Listen to Wikipedia, to the Wikipedia note that YouTube decided to add to the latest video that I put out, where I literally play a clip of Mark Carney saying these words, but apparently it's not true. My goodness, could 1984 be any more real right now? Gross. I think I already showed that comment there. New World Order is just so wrong. Well, yes, if we're aligning with China, obviously it is just horrible. I think there was a clip of Carney saying that he thinks that China should have like prominence on the global stage when it comes to, I don't know, net zero energy and financial global markets or something like that, which is so ironic because all the coal powered plants are where? Where's a new coal powered plant being built like about once every week? Oh, in China. My goodness, his voter base is so dumb. Hello, all from BC. What is this little hand symbol you got? I hope that's that's a funny hand symbol. I'm not sure about that one. CommieTube doesn't like to have its paymasters exposed. Well, I guess there's deep ties with that country for YouTube. I don't know. I wanted to put some effort into YouTube, but like I don't even know. Just, from the get-go, there's already demonetization happening of videos that are unsavory according to them. Like the video that I put out with Francis Widdowson, it's already limited or demonetized completely. Like, is Carney on drugs? I don't know. I can't speculate on that. If the United States collapses, the entire world will fall into slavery. Why don't people understand this? Like, the United States is a superpower, and people get so mad at me when I point this out. When I point out to the fact that they're a military superpower, Canada obviously is not. We rely on them for being next to us so that our side of the world is protected. Like, it's only thanks to them. And people are calling me anti-Canadian for saying some positive things about America, which is so dumb. Like, you can have all the inferiority complex all you want, but it doesn't erase the fact that they're 10 times bigger by population, their military is stronger, they're more freedom oriented than we are here in Canada. And obviously I'm not saying that like about individual people. I myself as an individual can be completely pro freedom, but that obviously doesn't matter because it's the totality of the people that vote. And for some reason, people decided that Trudeau 2.0 was a great fit for Canada. Globe-trotting, WEF, Davos, shady figure type bankster was a good thing for Canada, is what Canadians decided. It's really also gross. Conspiracy theory is a term invented by the CIA to psyop us. Seems legit. I don't know about the origin of that, but seems legit. They give you Ukraine 2 billion. Oh, they gave Ukraine 2 billion, and then they send her down here to embezzle it. Are you talking about Chrystia Freeland? I don't know. To screw them. To screw them. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that was funny. I didn't mean to start my live stream so aggressively there. I despise the direction Canada is going. We're cozying up to China, who supports Russia. Yes, good point. All you lefties who hate Russia, you stand with Ukraine. You've got your Ukraine flags in your bio. Like, you can't even tell that you're Canadian, how much Ukraine is like spewed all over your profiles. Yet you're just now championing the fact that Carney has aligned us with China, by trade, he wants cultural ties to deepen with China for Canada, which is strange. Like, what do you mean cultural ties? Like, what's the culture in China? What is it? Credit scores? Yeah. So it's like they can't. It's the meme. You know the meme where you replace the chip in the NPC, that these people are just a walking meme. Sorry, I didn't finish reading your comment. Okay. I despise the direction Canada is going. We're cozying up to China, who supports Russia, Iran, and North Korea. These countries are our new alignments. The consequences will be really bad. Yeah, well, it already made the US so nervous to have Mark Carney globetrot and cozy up to a communist dictatorship. Like, I saw a post where an account aggregated all the comments from large US accounts, government, non-government, etc., where they're basically saying, like, Canada is in our backyard and they've just aligned themselves with China. Like, this can't happen, obviously. So it's making the Americans nervous, and rightfully so. And I don't know where we'll be. I don't know where we'll go from here, honestly. Why do Canadians hate us Americans? Like, not this Canadian, okay? Not this Canadian. I do not understand this mindset. I don't understand the Canadians that are like basing their whole entire identity on not being American. We're not American. Maybe it's my background, because my family fled a communist country to bring us here to the West. And so from a very early age, like, just, the culture around that I grew up in, everyone was like looking to America. Everyone was like wanting to watch the American movies. Everyone was fascinated by American culture. Everyone was, well, the people who could escape fled to America. Why? Because obviously, for the very obvious reason that America is the most free country in the world. Like, okay, that's not a disputable fact. That's just reality. And saying that, I don't know, for some reason makes other people mad, apparently. Canada does not enjoy the same rights as America. Like, this is just a fact. I don't know why it angers people so much when I say this and when I point to this fact. Am I proud to be Canadian? Of course. Canada took us in. Canada, this is where I grew up. My friends, my family's here. Like, it's a beautiful place. But objectively speaking, on a freedom scale, we do not have the same kind of free speech that America does. We do not have the right to defend ourselves via defensive use of firearms. Like, Trudeau came out and said it. There's a video of him saying, no, you don't have a right in Canada to defend yourself with the firearms. It's for hunting and it's for sport shooting, but not for defending the most important thing in your life, your children, your home, your property. So anyway, sorry about that rant there. Why do we hate Americans? We don't. We don't. The people who love freedom, who just stand on the fact that we will defend freedom to the max, we do not hate the American people. I can't stand the fact that this prime minister said the relationship that Canada has had with the US is over. The world is changing. New world order. China good, America bad. Gross. Like, that's all I have to say about that. Sorry for the immaturity there. From Salt Spring. Oh, hey, Salt Spring is not that far from here. New world odor. I don't want to guess who you're thinking about when you say that. I don't want to guess. Okay, I'm going to get to all these comments here, hey. Carney was and is a commie. All these lib sheeple need to wake up. Are they going to wake up, though? DP Ray? Dupree? No, they're not going to. They're now singing China's praises. I posted on Threads something related to Carney flip-flopping on China, and they all just jumped down my throat saying, hey, he explained himself perfectly. The world has changed. Get with China. Get with the government talking points there, Kat. Otherwise, you're an anti-Canadian hater and bigot, and we're going to deport you. This is the funny part. The funny part is where these anon accounts without blue checks come to my page and say, oh, we're going to deport you. I'm like, sure you are. Once you get out of mommy's basement, right? Trump is trying to stop the NWO. That is why the Democrats and Republicans resist his policies. Canadians betrayed us by allowing liberal immigrant policies. This is why Trump doesn't consider Canada an ally anymore. Well, if my neighbor, like, I live in a townhouse, right? And if my neighbor decided, that's like immediately next to me, decided, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to be best friends with like a drug dealer terrorist who commits all kinds of crimes, and I'm going to allow them to come into our home, and we're going to be right next to you and engage in all kinds of gross activities right next to you." I would rightfully be nervous and be like, I don't want that near me. That's not an ally of mine. That's not a good neighbor. That is a dangerous, dangerous neighbor that I want to either move away from. And obviously, countries can't do that. We can't move. So what do? Well, we do what we can to mitigate the risks. And so I completely understand the US having, apprehensive feelings about what Carney just did, what Carney just did in relation to Canada, along with China. Like, I don't understand how that's even controversial to say, to criticize the fact that he did that. But that's the leftist mind for you. The MSM, the mainstream media refuses to say anything about it. I should call the Mike Smith show on CKNW and put him on the spot. If they let you get through, by all means, do it. Like, do what you can, say what you can when you can. My entire life, China has been enriching itself at the expense of the Western world while spreading the destructive ideology of communism to sheep too ignorant to discern propaganda from reality. Yeah, for some reason, Canadians on the left decided that China is a good ally because of their Trump derangement syndrome. And to them, I say, why don't you try going to China and peacefully protesting the government? Let's see what happens to you when you do that. Go to China and advocate for like free speech, advocate for gun rights, preach a Christian message on the streets of China and see where that lands you. See what happens to you when you try to preach that, because you will get so quickly disappeared over there. But these are just facts that are a little too inconvenient for people on the left to think about. So their TDS drives them to accept the narrative that they're being fed by the likes of Mark Carney and the right propaganda arm of the Liberal Party, which is the CBC, that feeds them the talking points and runs cover for Mark Carney by removing the clip from the video where he says the term New World Order. It's all par for the course with these people. That's all it is. His delivery on NWO was ominously delivered. My goodness, was it ever? Was it ever? Like, someone pointed out, I can't remember who pointed out, when he said those words, he himself looked scared when he said it. He looked so dejected. He was in his Mr. Burns like posture position. I don't know if you guys can see me properly. I'm not even sure. I did this so fast that I don't even know if I set up my camera properly. Anyway, when Carney said that term, like, I couldn't help but notice the frame that he was in, the physical frame. So he's in his Mr. Burns stance like this, like he's from the side, and he looks completely dejected and terrified, and he says, New World Order. So I don't know what to make of that. I just know that it's all very gross. All so very gross. Yeah, see, we don't hate Americans, quite the contrary, right here. Yeah, we don't hate Americans at all. Like, we're literally, our border is the longest undefended border. We're basically the same people in terms of culture, I guess, if you could call it that. We're the same. That's how I view it as. It's the left and certain sects, like I think probably in the conservative sphere as well. They're like, we are not American, we're Canadian. I don't know. I have a tough time discerning of what that even really means. Like, the only way that I could describe it, I guess, the only major difference that I can see is that overall, Americans have a much higher hunger and thirst for all things freedom and to defend all things freedom. For some reason, Canadians obviously there will be individual Canadians who are the same way, but overall Canadians don't have that. Like we have hate speech laws. I know they're trying to be passed in the blue states as well over there, but like in the free states, in the red states, it's not like that at all. And I think it's a good thing to be like, you know what? You should be pro freedom. You should defend freedom. You should uplift the voices that are pro freedom instead of saying, well, I'm not American. Like I don't even know how to deal with that. All the fence sitters in Alberta are no longer fence sitters. Do you mean like the separation bit? Yeah. Um at this point, considering who's sitting in Ottawa, and locking all our resources in the ground with their net zero policies, like it just for crying out loud, there's people in the States who are like, hey, Alberta, it's time to get out. Either get independent or join us, because they clearly see Alberta for what it is. And they clearly see that Ottawa is the antithesis to Alberta in all things freedom and natural resources and oil and gas and all that. So people see the writing on the wall. They do. The Libs have divided and broken Canada so badly, I honestly don't see a way Canada doesn't become balkanized within the next decade, maybe sooner. Who knows at this point? Who knows? I can definitely understand the sentiment of the people who are like, screw this. I'm so sick of this socialist left, center left nonsense that's happening in our country. I love freedom. I would rather be in freedom loving America than in this socialist hellhole, because that's what the Liberals have turned it into. And you can't deny it. You can't deny this fact that that's what they did to this country. Trudeau, with his tweet, I think it was in 2015, maybe 2017, opened the borders and said, oh, come, if you're fleeing, come to Canada. Everyone come. We have room for all of you. And never mind that it'll destroy everything, all the infrastructure, housing, hospitals, schools. Never mind. Just come. He let them all in. Good evening to you, Thomas McDonald 8248. Gosh, I wish some of these user names were much easier to say out loud. TDS pumped 24/7 by Liberals and mainstream media. Fact. That's why all of them have the derangement syndrome. WEF and China are the same animal. They're definitely in the same category for sure. Denial of the existence of the New World Order is just gaslighting the world and the public. Well, YouTube's currently doing that. I wonder if anyone could go and check, like, do they do that in real time? If you go to the stream on YouTube, like, is there already a note from Wikipedia saying the New World Order is a conspiracy theory used by conspiracy theorists who, like, imply that a tyrannical world government is emerging? Well, clearly the writings on the wall were being so set up for that, especially if you read the Book of Revelation. And they get that coal from BC, do they? I didn't even know. Sick of Carney's hard on for net zero. Well, it benefits him, like he passes policies that somehow enriches like shareholders and his investment firm. And I'm sure it all somehow lines his pockets. Like all these people know is power and money. So that's what he strives towards. Yeah. We don't hate you. Millions of us want to be in your country. Well, young people who see the writing on the wall in Canada, they're like, there's no future for me here. I can't afford to buy a home. Entry-level jobs are impossible because of temporary foreign workers and all the immigrants that are flooding the country. Like it's impossible. So they see that the only opportunity that truly exists for them is probably in the States, not here. Me, myself, like by the time that you're my age, and I'm no spring chicken, I'm in my mid 40s, like, and I can't even afford to buy a place in the country. So even with help from family, even with like, it's impossible. And I've heard this from people when I was doing the interviews and some work for the independent media outlet, Rebel News. I went to a Pierre Poilievre rally, and they said things like, "Well, my son and his wife, like they both have really good jobs, and they're struggling. Like one's a helicopter pilot, one's a nurse, and these people are struggling in Carney's Canada. You know something's wrong. No wonder people want to flee." No wonder. Burner phones to dodge CCP spies, then signs a deal handing them cheap EV access and energy leverage. Lefties calling it a win while Uyghurs rot in camps. Peak hypocrisy. Well, obviously, they don't have a critical brain cell in their brain, in their mind. Like, you couldn't explain how wrong they are to them if you had a blank sheet of paper and some crayons. Like, these people, they don't get it. I don't know what it is. I don't know how or why there is such a lack of critical thinking ability in that camp. I don't understand it. Sorry, guys. It's a bit ranty today. Ahoy, cat. Oh, Wyatt. Hi. Nice to see you. Did you get back to me? I was actually hoping to do a video with Wyatt today, and uh, I don't know if he got back. He got back. Well, we'll see. I can do it pretty quick here. I might have to cut this stream so I can do a video with Wyatt, or Wyatt can just join me on stream and we can rant. And maybe we can just rant about what we're ranting about here. Hey, Wyatt, I sent you a text with my phone number. Get back to me if you want to join on stream, or if I just wrap it up here after getting through some of these chats, and then we can do a video together. What's up from Cape Breton? Cheers. All you know is that you're moving to Alberta soon. Here's hoping it goes its separate ways. I know that's a lot of hope for Albertans, and I know that's like hope for some just Canadians who are wishing Trump would just take us over. I know that's real. Yeah, YouTube with monetization is annoying. I find over time they get better, are not being too sensitive with BS copyright claims from CBC bots and whatnot. Hopefully that's true. I don't know, I don't have too much faith in them. Like, I know the things that I say and that I believe is very, very annoying for the YouTube moderators. Most of our population lives on the American border. Yeah, true. TDS syndrome, absolutely. God help us all. Well, God is our only hope. That is where my hope lives, is in God, not in government or in any one man or leader. It's no secret. I am a Christian, so I believe that as I said at the start of the stream, the only new world order that matters is the one that's to come, that will be established by the King of Kings, Lord Jesus Christ himself. That'll be an amazing new world order. Liberals have relinquished all critical thinking skills to mainstream media and the government. Yes, that reminds me of a meme where there's this happy couple. They're holding hands. They're skipping along the beach, along the waves, and they're like looking at each other with loving eyes, and they say, "I hate thinking." And she looks back and she goes, "I hate thinking too." And he says, "I know. Let's just trust everything the government tells us to." And they hold hands and skip happily off into the sunset. Stupid when people say stuff like, "Well, Trump tariffed us." Like, okay, yeah, that happened, but what are we going to do about it? Because whining doesn't help. Exactly. Whining does not help. How about we do what he asked us to do? How about we strengthen the security at the border, stop with the illegal immigrants, and address the fentanyl crisis and all the things he was asking for? No, that would be just like mean to the drug addicts. That would just be too tough to do. Didn't we like appoint a czar, a Canadian border czar at one point? What happened to that? What happened to that? All the West is under attack. Well, everything good is under attack. That's what's happening. Everything good is under attack. And that is, like, I know some people don't believe this, but your grandma was right. Everything is demonic. Mainstream media, Hollywood, liberal politics, even some conservative politics. Like it's all very, very demonic. Um, you can scream, you can cry, but it's a fact. The spiritual realm is real. The battle between good versus evil is eternally ongoing. Eventually, good will win permanently over evil, but until such a time comes when Christ returns and those trumpets sound, this is where we are. This is where we are. They give Ukraine $2 billion and they sent, yeah, I think I already read this one. Why is not every province not wanting to ditch Ottawa? I don't know. Fair elections are a thing of the past. You think so? It's difficult to say without definitive proof, but it seems at some point I know I felt like conservatives will never win again because the liberals are willing to do anything to stay in power. Some will whine and some will deal. Sadly, the elbows up crowd elected fellow whiners. Perpetual victim whiners. Yeah, true. Hey, I haven't seen this account in so long. Hi, Ryan. By Carney's own standard, he's the greatest threat to Canada by allying with that sounds weird. Allying with the communist dictator he himself said was Canada's greatest threat. Yeah. He was asked about it, and he had a really nice 2-minute non-answer, backpedal type of answer. Well, everything's changing. The geopolitical strategy, the geo lines, and everything's changing. So it's okay that now we're aligning ourselves with the biggest threat Canada has faced, China. Marxist Carney is being given to China. Well, I know what China gave him, a $250 million loan. Did he pay it back? I don't know. CIA popularized the term conspiracy theory after JFK assassination 1963 to discredit anyone questioning the lone gunman narrative. Don't know too much about that, but not a lot of trust in the government, so who knows? Question: who is a better superpower leader to cozy up to? A, Trump, or B, Xi Jinping? Exactly. You can hate Trump, whatever, you can have TDS, but if you lay out all the facts, it is indisputable that rather be friends with America than with China. I don't know what's so controversial about that. Like, cry about it. Trump and America, infinitely better than Xi Jinping and China. If that makes me somehow anti-Canadian to say that, like, you're not even worth talking to. You're not even worth talking to. You have no critical skills if that's what you think. Sorry about that. Had to take a sip. Was thirsty. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Sorry. I know I rant a lot. Sometimes I get carried off on a tangent. Carney got $1 billion a couple of months ago from China. Really? I missed that. But if that's true, that's crazy. We're in this position because of the liberals, not Trump or America. God bless America. God bless a free country. God bless anyone who promotes freedom, free speech, and the right to bear arms. I'm sorry. You know what? That was a very Canadian thing to say. I'm not sorry. Pro-freedom, pro-gun ownership rights. Like, not going to be apologizing for that. If one thinks Canadians hate Americans, that one watches too much legacy media. Yes, true, very true. American derangement syndrome existed prior to TDS. Very sad. Very sad. I don't know what that stems from. Like postmodernism, you can't say one thing is better than another, which is obviously, well, to me, it's so obvious that one thing can be better than another because I believe in an objective standard that exists and that's grounded in God. But if you don't believe in that, obviously you'll make all kinds of excuses to say that China good, US bad. It is hurting us. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Hopefully Alberta works out a separation and starts freedom lust for Canadians. Well, I hope there's some sort of, I don't know what's it going to take for Canadians to want freedom. Like, it has to be, the lefties have to feel the pain. And they were starting to feel the pain under Trudeau, but they decided to forget all that when the mainstream media said, boo, Trump's going to get you guys. And then right back in line, they fell and voted for Trudeau 2.0. So there's that. Hey, Kat, I'm in Nanaimo too. Too many peeps are stuck in the 70s, clueless. It's the boomers. It's true. Obviously, not all boomers. There are super based boomers out there who are not like this at all. But yeah, shoot, shovel, shut up. Okay. Canada is being given to China by the Liberals. Yes, the Liberals only know, well, there was 11 MPs tied to China somehow with interference or whatever. Like, do we know their names? No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't get transparency here from the Liberals. Hello. Hello. He had no right to say that. Carnage lacks political insight. Well, I think I think what he doesn't lack is acting in the best interests of Mark Carney and people in his circle, with probably attached to his investment firm and all his dealings. Who knows? China equals Titanic equals sinking ship. Canadians and Carney is clueless about China. Well, the liberal Canadians are, like, literally had people defending his move. Like, I posted on Threads. I already said this. The unhinged comments. Go and see my latest video. I highlighted some of the comments from the crazy rabid lefties who are like, China good, Donald Trump psychopath, America fascist. Like, I can't even. BC is like California. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty gross. Cheers, Dame Nation. That seems familiar. That handle looks familiar. Our relationship with the US is as long as our border. Carney's just a blip. Hope so. BC people are like mushrooms. Don't know what that means. And that video of you with that protester, cat breeds protester. Stop harassing me. Stop harassing me. Stop harassing me. Stop harassing me. That was really funny. Thank you for bringing that up. I was so proud of that video. It was the best performing one on my channel, on the stupid censorious platform that said the NWO was a conspiracy theory. Whatever. They let that video fly. So that was fun. That was a really fun video. I don't know why it's so fun to come up to these people and just basically ask them very simple questions like, hey, how is Elon Musk a fascist? How is Pierre Poilievre a foreign psyop? Explain, like, just a few details. And then they're like, you're harassing me. I'm going to call the cops on you. Oh, hilarious. Oh, here's a regular commenter from X. I can never say this handle though. Orlock Knox Cast. Okay, I'd rather be annexed by Trump. I know many people share that sentiment, and they get mad at people who share that sentiment. And some people will get mad at people who share that sentiment. Marxist Carney knows a lot about China. He loves them. Yes, he does. Hello, Miss Cat. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here and watching and tuning in on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon. I don't know why you guys are here with me, but you are. Thanks for hanging out. Carney is a globalist bankster with strong ties to the World Economic Forum. NWO Trump is taking down the globalist, and Carney's panicking. He breaking the British banking system. I know he broke the British banking system. Like, Liz Truss was like, hey, Canada, do not elect Mark Carney. Like, he will bankrupt you. He passed policies as the governor of the Bank of England that nearly bankrupted the UK. So, like, don't give this guy a chance. Too bad we didn't listen. Carney just kicked the hornet's nest. Well, I mean, he upset America. I wouldn't want to be the one who upset America. BC peeps are lobotomized. A lot of them are. True. China's population is actually about 600 to 700 million. They lie about everything. Okay, I didn't know that. Recent interview by Michael Kovrig, who was one of the two Michaels, prisoners held by China, on Pamela Wallen's show, was very interesting and a warning to Canadians. Lots of warnings have been sent to Canadians. For some reason, we're not listening. Obviously, by we, I don't include myself in that, but collectively, we're not listening. Try to find something in Canadian Tire made in Canada. Well, you know what I do love that's made in Canada? Like the Canada Goose jacket, but it's like $2,000 now. Hey, you want a winter coat? $2,000. $2,000. I have one. It's like 10, 15 years old, but yeah. China's economy is in a spiral decline. I don't know too much about their economy. That protester had KDS, cat derangement syndrome. I don't think I'm not well known. Obviously, I'm just a girl on X with an account, and I say things that I believe to be true. I guess maybe some people have heard of me, and maybe they do have that derangement syndrome. Well, yeah, some of the commenters on X do. They call me Kremlin cat, and they think that they'll have the power to deport me from Canada. It's hilarious. China's social credit is absolutely crazy. Look up the videos. It's a nightmare. I've seen it. Yeah. Can't buy a train ticket or a plane ticket or anything like that if your social credit score is too low. Go preach an LGBT, go preach an alphabet message in China and see how quickly you disappear. It was the same thing when you tried to street preach in the streets of Soviet Union for free speech. Watch how quickly you'd get disappeared too. That's communism. There's no freedom. That protester has a special place in my heart. Ha ha ha, crazy lady. She was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Imagine the country would have if Canada focused on our problems instead of Trump. Too much to ask there, Orlock. Too much to ask. But remember, Kat, we are shills to the same people who watch the CBC. Oh, gosh. You know, like, if I was in possession of all the shill money that I get accused of getting, my goodness, I'd be so rich. I'd be living in Costa Rica or wherever the heck. I would just like have a mansion rented out there, and I would be doing this podcast, or no, this live stream from a beautiful beach somewhere in South America if I had all the shill money I get accused of getting. Like, you know, nice to see you in the chat, Wyatt. Everyone should go follow Wyatt on X and on YouTube. It's the National Telegraph. Such a good show. Such a good channel. Make Canada great again. Yes. I had this hat too. I thought that too, Kat. Oh, I know. I'm a little slow on reading these. So whatever you're saying that too, cool. EB started his career as an activist tying himself to a tree, and he gets support. BC people are hopeless fools. The majority of people who, you know, stand with the land acknowledgements and the BC NDP policies, yeah, no brains. Like collectively, they all have 3 brain cells, and all those brain cells are competing for 4th place. Embarrassing. Mr. Burns, yes, he is. Isn't it great he isn't great at politics. Like, he drew the smallest straw at the elite party while they picked the leader of Canada. Chinadian tire soon. Chinadian, that's funny. That's so funny. I find this little sticker. I'm still learning all this stuff, by the way, guys, so bear with me. Like my streaming and the chat and with the YouTube, I don't even know if anyone's getting memberships or sending super chats. I don't know if that's available. We don't hate Canadians either, just the leadership. Yes. See? He gets it. She gets it. I've been all over the world for work. We're all the same. Oh my gosh, a super chat. It works. Vince of New Scotland with the $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much. This is, I think, my very first one. I have to find a way to pay attention to these because it's not that evident in my StreamYard chat. Anyway, hello. I would love to know what Carney calls a bad deal that made him turn away from our biggest trade partner to China, our biggest threat. You know, Vince of New Scotland, thank you again for sending that in. I would love to know that too. I would love to know what he calls a bad deal. I think Carney is extremely incompetent. I saw a post from Ezra Levant from Rebel News where he's like basically describing, you know, Carney didn't get where he got by being like super skilled at what he does. He's always just had this sort of like, you know, slimy, weaselly way of getting these sort of corporate jobs, but he wasn't like the CEO of Brookfield. He was just like a chairman. So I don't know how much he actually accomplished for them. And Ezra pointed out how, well, can you name a single thing that he accomplished as the governor of bank, whatever his role was with the Bank of Canada? I think he was governor, or the Bank of England for that matter. Liz Truss says he nearly bankrupted the country. So no, yeah, he's completely feckless, useless, not talented, but somehow just managed to like have the right friends in the right places and be advising the Liberal Party of Canada over the last however many years. He was in there in the shadows, calling the Freedom Convoy an occupation, and if calling people that donated their own personal like $10, $20, $30 to the Freedom Truckers, he called them seditionists because they're funding sedition. Carney is just a stain on Canada. I can't believe that self-identifying European managed to weasel his way in into our country and somehow be elected as prime minister. Like, what? Anyway, thanks again to Vince of New Scotland for my very first super chat. That's so awesome. That's so generous of you. Thank you. BC people have been voting for self-destruction for over a decade. Sadly, yes. And I don't know how to turn that around other than to just like be screaming at the top of my lungs. No more land acknowledgements. No more woke crap. Please get rid of Soji. Please get rid of all this nonsense. But, you know, I get called a hateful bigot for it. That comes with the territory, I guess. Literally did the stupid Trudeau slow pause for dramatic effect as he utters the bullshit. Am I allowed to swear? I hope so. Trump needs to watch this and take action of this corrupt communist government. I'm telling you, we're making America nervous. We're making America nervous. Oh my gosh, a new member. I think I set up some membership on YouTube too. Lori Shaw 2929. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. I'm going to focus on posting member-only content. So if you're not a member, do join. I could do exclusive live streams for members and early release of the videos that I put out. So thank you so much for the membership. This feels like a super fun live stream now that all this stuff is live. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Lori Shaw 2929. Really appreciate you and your support. And everyone else who signs up as a member or sends in a super chat, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, truly, because I can only do this full time if people are supporting my message and my work. So really appreciate those who take the extra time to do so. Truly, thank you. Look, steps, baby. We got to do this right. You monkeys woke up to too much during COVID. We dropped the ball a little. It's not easy corralling you sheep in the pen. So this time, got to make sure Agenda 2030. Okay, that was a little hard to decipher, but thank you for that. The BC debt and national debt, 100% created by Eby and Carney, will suffocate many generations. Yes, we will. Yes, it will. I don't even know. Like, what are we up? Like to $30,000, $40,000 of debt per individual in Canada at this point? Someone look it up. I don't know. Who decides what's hate speech? Well, the government does. It's a speech that they hate. Oh, you're enjoying a little too much freedom there? Hate speech. You've had a little too much to think critically? Hate speech. Oh, you're going against the government talking points. Sounds like hate speech. Better lock you up for those social media posts, right? Right? He had a nice little meeting with China before running for PM, and they also helped him get elected. There should be an investigation. There's not going to be one, and he's not going to be held accountable for anything. Freedom is exactly free. We have to fight for it in US and Canada. Freedom is not free. It is only ever a generation away from being destroyed. That's why it's so important to defend it. And I hate the fact that that's a reality, but I can't remember the exact quote where it says freedom must be occasionally replenished by the spilled blood of patriots or something like that, which is true. Like, it's true. It must be defended at all costs. And occasionally that does take brave men, especially, to stand up for defending it. Right? Like, that was Carney's plan. Yeah. Alberta is the breadwinner of Canada. True. I mean, can you imagine paying for everything with maple syrup? That's funny, Orlog. That's funny. I would move to Alberta in a heartbeat. I know a lot of people would. Like, I don't know if I could live away from the ocean, which I guess maybe makes me kind of a masochist by being stuck in BC, but I would move to Alberta if I could. I would. Right now I can't. Like, geographically, I can't leave BC. Until both my children are adults, I can't leave BC. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Population collapse plus replacement was the Liberal plan. Well, also to increase Canada's population to 100 million by the end of century. Okay. F skid marks commie and his chickadee China she ping pong puppet master. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'd rather be an American, but I can't afford it right now. I know many people feel that way. Zero birth rate in the West, great replacement. I'm hoping to create income from YouTube. Me too, but good luck with that. They're gonna boot us. We're not gonna last there long. I think X is the only place to be for that, but they're not quite there yet. Maybe they will be. Who knows? Want to understand why libtards act the way they do. Research shadow projection by Carl Jung and see why an alpha male like President Trump triggers them. Alpha males do tend to trigger the soy betas. It's true. Canadians didn't hate on Americans when Sleepy Joe let 10 million into the US, so they should cut us some slack until we can get rid of our clowns. Amazing, Vincent and Lori. Yeah, thank you, Vincent and Lori. Appreciate that. That was so exciting. My very first super chat. I really appreciate you guys. Hit the like button to avoid the new W. What a flippin' goof Carney is, and the liberal supporters. Smash the like. Yes, thank you to everyone. Sorry, shameless plug. Like, you got to be good at this. You got to be good at the shameless plugging when you do it. Smash the like, leave a comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. If you want to support and see more often, see me go live more often and put out videos more often, yeah, consider becoming a YouTube member or subscribe on X or send in a super chat, that kind of thing. You know, as everyone I'm sure knows, like to make it in this space, you gotta have people who support what you say. So thank you to everyone who does that. Got banned for 12 hours on X for talking to the crime minister. That's funny. Not yet. Not sure what you're referring to. Tony Blair, Bush's City of London, Epstein, Central Banks, UN, WHO, WTO. What is WTO? Is it World Trade Organization? Yes, there is. NWO on Wikipedia says exactly that. Oh, yeah. Okay. We could be such a rich country, but we won't. Liberals said no. Oil and gas stays in the ground. The US is our neighbor, our friend, our protection. I live in a border city. I love the States. This is the correct way of thinking. I love the United States. That doesn't make me anti-Canadian. I also love this country, but it doesn't make me anti-Canadian to say and to point to the fact that America is a freer country than we are by definition. They have rights that we do not. If that makes you cry, I'm sorry. You're a snowflake, whether you're on the left or on the right. Enough of you. The NDP still say conservatives are corporates equals wrong. It's the liberals. Okay. BC coal is the biggest export. Hi, Kat and friends. Hi, Wendy. NDP equals numb, dumb, pathetic. What was the other thing it stood for? Needles, drugs, poverty. That's what NDP stands for. Didn't you know we share the same goal as China, net zero? What a joke. Who is he kidding? How is China going to achieve net zero with a new coal-powered plant they build every week? Bye-bye. Liberal is just slang for communism. Well, wasn't it Reagan that said if fascism ever comes to America, it'll be under the name of liberalism? Like fascism, communism, they're both sides of the same authoritarian coin. So there is that. Thank you, Orlok, for all your comments there. You've been very active. I appreciate you being here in the chat. I can't even get work, and I'm Red Seal journeyman millwright. Haven't worked for 6 years due to a bad injury, but nobody wants to hire now that I'm able-bodied. Well, that sucks. That's awful. Try making it in Canada, for goodness sake. Try making it even if you're like, hi, Wyatt, even if you're qualified. Everyone's saying hi to Wyatt. I love this. Wyatt is the best. Yes, he is. My goodness, how behind in the chats am I? This is a lot to keep up with, guys. Thank you for being here. Let me see if there's like any super chats that maybe I'm missing. I don't know. How do I like isolate those comments? Maybe not, but let's scroll to the bottom to see. Well, there is. So there's a new member, Dame Nation. I recognize this handle too. Dame Nation, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. You like my show, Mad Hatter Man? Thank you. I'm just, just trying here to say the things that I think. We'll see how long I'll be able to do that for without getting booted. Deal with China one day, next day liberals start to disarm citizens. Not a coincidence. Yeah, liberal is just slang for communism. My daughter lives in Texas. She loves it. Well, I'm sure she does. How low are the taxes in Texas? That's hard to say. Taxes in Texas. I hear they're pretty low. Many YouTube channels I watch has a hype feature. Just wondering why you don't use it. Hype feature? I don't know what that is. I have to look into that. I'm brand new to YouTube. I've only been putting in effort into it for just like, I don't know, less than 2 months. And it hasn't I haven't been able to do it like too steadily too, because I have 2 kids, and life gets in the way. Like, I'm not some young whippersnapper with no obligations. Like, I wish I could do this more regularly. Truly, I do. Um, exactly. I'm not sure what exactly you guys are referring to. I'm sure it was to a rant I was saying something about earlier. Gotta get back to work. Great to see you live, chat. Thank you. Carney's weakening Canada. It will probably end up as a 51st or a 24th province of China, more likely than 51st. Although, who knows? Who knows what we'll turn into? Who knows? Read the book of Revelation. That's my only advice to everyone. Read the book of Revelation, because a new world order, the terrible one, is coming. Everyone's going to have a mark on their hand or their forehead that allows them to participate in the economy if they worship the beast. And obviously, the believers that do not will be barred from participating in the economy. It's so clear that this digital world we live in is like a pretext for that. It's so obvious. If you take away anything from this live stream, please go read the book of Revelation to see what's coming, and believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. He's our only hope. Canada's Wonder Valley bet is really about power and money, but not sovereignty. By relying on energy-hungry CUDA infrastructure, we're committing ourselves to generations of foreign dependency for upgrades and maintenance rather than investing in a truly sovereign hyperscale AI data center. It's a costly lock-in disguised as innovation. That's a lot, but it seems legit is all I'll say. I think I've seen something similar to that on a show once. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, it's something to do with that. Sorry, I'm not being very articulate about it. When did the government become rulers of the people? The people are the rulers of the government. Did we forget? We are not ruled by kings anymore. I mean, yeah, the only king I'm interested in being ruled by is Jesus Christ. He is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and every knee will bow and every tongue will confess to him and declare him Lord. I'm in New Brunswick, and there's no way I can move to Alberta and be landlocked. If things get worse, I'm just going to move to the US. That's a sentiment of a lot of people. Good times breed weak men. Hard times create strong men. We are in the part of the cycle where we're living in hard times created by weak men. So I guess the hope is that the next step is that these weak times will create strong men. Hopefully. One of us. Your freedom was paid in blood, idiots. Yes, it was. Freedom was paid in blood, and you occasionally have to replenish the freedom by the spillage of more of it, unfortunately. You don't preserve freedom. Well, look at us. Like, I don't mean, again, us individually who are pro-freedom. I mean the people who are like, oh, hurty words. Punish people who say mean words to me. Punish people who don't use my preferred pronouns. Put them in jail. Good grief. How did it become like that? BC, like Canada, was rigged again. I see no evidence of that. Like, I went and I voted. It was paper. I don't know. But that's not to say that there wasn't nefarious goings on when the BC election was happening. Net zero bankrupt Canada. Yes, true. Mark Carney during Freedom Convoy asked how many tanks we had available. Was that him? I think it was someone else who requested a tank, but I know he called it an occupation and called people donating money to the Freedom Truckers. He said that they're funding sedition. He's disgusting. He is not Canadian. He's not pro-freedom. Thank you to everyone who was in the chat saying, like, share, and sending in the comments. This was such a fun stream. This is such a fun stream. There's so many of you. Maybe Saturday is the ticket. Saturday late afternoon is the ticket where everyone is just like bored and they're like, hey, let's see what this crazy girl is saying on a live stream. Thank you for being here, everyone. Appreciate it. I tried to go through every single chat that was sent in. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. Let me know. Actually, let me see if there's anyone saying anything in the comments on X, because I've only been paying attention to I've only been paying attention to the um aggregated chat here in StreamYard, which is what I'm using. So yeah. I wonder if there's a way to highlight. Well, this will just take practice to pay attention to. There was a lot of chatters. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I don't know what you're doing on a Saturday, but oh, there is a comment in there is a comment on the X live stream portion of it, and it's a hater. His name's Harvey, and he's saying some really mean words. So that's funny. If you're on X, you can go make fun of Harvey for being a complete liberal NPC who's been programmed with a chip to hate anyone and call anyone who he disagrees with names, because that's what mature, educated people do. That's how they debate. They just go directly to ad hominem attacks. Oh, Dame Nation, new YouTube member, says, Kat, you are amazing. Thank you for your voice. We love you. Keep going strong. Been following you on X since the beginning of your journey. Well, gosh, thank you. I don't know how much I contribute to change, but I know thank you for saying that. I say what I think. I think what I say. I know I'm not such like an articulate or great speaker or anything like that. So the way that I started on X is by basically sharing clips of people that I agree with, who are much more accomplished, much more smart, and much more articulate than me, that say things that I believe to be true. That's how I started on X. So I didn't have anyone backing me. I didn't have anyone like to push my content out. It was just me and my voice saying, hey, I come from a communist country. Canada decided to do something really dangerous during the lockdowns and started acting like a communist country. You couldn't go anywhere without papers. And I was saying like, hey, whoa, we can't go down this road. Got hate for it. But anyway, here we are. Anyway, thank you, Dame Nation. Really appreciate you becoming a member. Now I'm going to have to put in some effort into putting up some member-only content. So yeah, anyone who becomes a member, that's what you guys will get. It'll be member-only polls and content and videos that get released early. So yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. Mad Hatter Man with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Mad Hatter Man. You didn't really send in a message, but I appreciate the support. This is my first live stream where super chats are available. So thank you to everyone who sends one in. Big thank you to you guys. Like that makes me feel like I'm like, this is worth it. Like, to set up a live stream and chat with people who are like-minded and hang out together on a Saturday afternoon. Heck yeah. Love it. Love it. I got your back. And Wyatt is great. Like he's such a character. I love Wyatt, and him and I were trying to figure out a way to get a video going together this weekend. And while I was waiting for a response from him, like, you know what? Let me just fire up a live and hang out with people and see who is around and see how we can rant and support each other, etc. Yeah, super fun. You just figured out how to do it. I just figured out how to actually activate it. Like my live stream, I was already approved for that stuff, but didn't know how to activate it. But this was my first live stream where I actually figured out. So thank you again for your support, Mad Hatter. Really appreciate it. Dame Nation, from 0 to 5K subscribers in less than a month. That's really good. You matter, just saying. Well, thank you so much. Like we all matter. And I know not everyone can dedicate as much time to being online, obviously, because people have families and proper jobs, like where they, are in an office for 8 to 9 hours. So not everyone can do that. And I appreciate everyone who supports my ability to do this stuff and say the things that I think that people agree with online. Like really, truly. If people didn't come and show up, like what, I'd have no voice on here, none. So I'm glad that what I say resonates with everybody. Appreciate you guys. Link to Wyatt's channel would be great. Okay, I think I can do that actually. I think I can throw it in the chat. Let me just see here. His channel name is the National Telegraph. And here is his link. I'm going to drop it in the chat now. Hopefully that works. Let me know if that works. So yeah, I just sent that in. Smash like, everyone. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm not great at self-promotion, so if you guys could smash like, that'd be great. Writing this again, that protester was a stereotypical wokie, and Eva Vlardinger-Burke, gosh, I hope I said that right, was banned from the UK. Yeah, I saw that. You know the funny thing about that protester, Matt BLA 77, is I think it was the same lady. I made this post on my X account, like when I first went to a Tesla protest where they're like, Musk is a fascist, and they were there. This lady looks so similar to the lady that I caught up with then. And it just, I don't know. Is she paid? I don't know. I'm retired and have time. Cool. Do what you can in the time that you have. 13 hours in a truck over here. Honk, honk. Now I need a soundboard that says honk, honk, or like an applause or something. Something like that. It worked, just subbed. Thank you, Dame Nation. Do you mean like you subscribed on YouTube or on X? Yeah, probably paid. Like it seems like these people are paid. Wonder if I can play. You know what? I want to play this clip. I'm going to try and find this, okay? Like bear with me. I'm going to play this clip of this lady, the protester at the Pierre rally. Let's see. Did I add it to my highlights? No, I didn't add it to my highlights, but I'll try to find. Meanwhile, I'm actually going to play this, okay? I'm going to play this. Pay attention to her face and what she says. And then I'll try to find the video of where I catch up with this crazy lady at a Tesla where they're protesting Musk and Tesla. Let me just see here. How do I maximize this? Is it showing? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to play this. Pay attention to this.
From what?
From myself, from Nanaimo.
Okay.
You said that Pierre is some kind of psyop?
Yep.
Like, what do you mean by that?
You go home and look it up.
Go home and look it up? Well, you're right in front of me. You probably have the information already. Would you mind sharing? Like, why is he a psyop?
Nope.
He's a foreign psyop. So that's a heavy accusation. Why don't you want to talk? I just want to ask a quick question. How is he a psyop? How is Pierre a psyop? How is Tamara Cronus failing? Just a few details. Just a few words. How is he a psyop? Go home, look it up. Foreign who? Remember that. Foreign psyop. Which foreign nation is he a psyop from?
Ma'am? Stop harassing me. I'm going to call the police.
Stop harassing?
Yep.
How is this harassing?
You're harassing me, and I'm going to call the police in a few seconds.
This is a
I'm
public.
going to have you arrested for harassing me.
This is a public
Don't
space,
harass
ma'am.
me. Don't harass me.
I'm not harassing
Don't
you.
harass me.
I'm just asking a question.
Don't
You
harass me.
have a sign,
Don't harass
and I'm
me.
just asking you about your sign.
Don't harass me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm just asking you a question. I'm 6 feet back from you,
Exactly.
and I just want to know why you think
Dame
Pierre is a
Nation.
psyop.
Exactly.
That's a heavy accusation, calling the leader of the opposition a foreign psyop, and I just wanted to ask you about it. Any words? Any
Stop
explanations?
harassing me.
I'm not, ma'am, this isn't
Stop
harassment.
harassing me.
Ma'am, this isn't
Stop
harassment.
harassing me.
Is that all you have to say? Is someone paying you to do this?
I'm allowed free speech, and you're harassing me.
This is my free
You're
speech.
harassing me.
This is my free
You're
speech to
harassing
ask you a
me.
question. This isn't harassment, ma'am. If you're holding a sign that's so accusatory, you better be able to handle some
Call the
questions.
police then.
Pardon?
Call the police then.
I don't need to
Call
call
the
the
police then.
I don't need to call the police.
Stop harassing me.
This isn't harassment,
Stop
ma'am.
harassing
This is
me.
just my free speech
This
and
is
your
going to
free
be so
speech.
much fun on the internet.
I think it will.
It will be.
Do you think you're gonna come off
We're
looking
going to call
really
you
good?
Laura Loomer.
That's so funny. She's like, we're gonna call you Laura Loomer. It's as if these people like, if it's as if she received some talking points from people to call me Laura Loomer. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, I found the video of the Tesla. Let's finish this. I found the video of the Tesla
Do you
protest.
think you're
Pay
gonna
attention
come
to
off
this
looking
lady.
Laura
good?
Loomer, can you leave?
My name is Kat. It's not
Laura
Laura.
Loomer, are you crazy? Can you leave?
Well, there's no need for
Good
name
question.
calling. I've been
Then
pretty
stop
cordial.
harassing me. These people have watched you harass me. Now leave me alone.
You think this is harassment?
Yes, it is.
I think you're quite wrong. You should go home and look up the definition of harassment, and you should consider.
Stop harassing
You
me.
should consider
Stop
the.
harassing me.
You should.
Stop harassing me.
This isn't harassment.
Stop
This is a
harassing
public
me.
place.
Stop harassing me.
This isn't harassment.
Stop harassing me.
Okay, well, you have yourself a good day,
Oh,
and
Thank you. You have a very good day too.
I hope you.
Peace to you and the world.
I hope you consider the
Have a great
heavy
day.
implications of what you're
Bye.
trying to say
Bye.
with your false sign.
Stop harassing me.
All right.
Stop
Have a good
harassing
one.
me. Stop harassing me.
That's
stop harassing me. Stop harassing me. It's total and utter harassment. I'm going to stand on the public sidewalk here and I'm going to use my free speech, and don't come near me and use your free speech to try and like question me about what I'm saying. That's why it seems like these people are paid. Okay. The rainbow umbrella says it all. Yeah. It's so funny. Okay, I highlighted here one sec. I found my I found my interaction with what I think is the same person. I think it's the same person at a Tesla protest. Like, these people were protesting Elon Musk when he did, when he did his "My heart goes out to you" thing, and I knew that there was a protest happening in Victoria or Langford, I guess, and I think it's her. I think it's her. You guys have to see this. You have to see this. Okay, here it is. Now, remember when she's like, go home and look it up. Go home and look it up. How is Pierre a foreign cyber? Go home, Google it, and look it up. Now, watch this lady here. She's not wearing the same yellow glasses, but the demeanor and like the age and the voice seem the same.
save democracy.
It takes down a leader of the movement to dismantle democracy,
What movement?
by Elon Musk, who happens to be Canadian raised as well.
Okay, so what's the problem with Elon Musk? What movement is he leading?
Sorry, I'm not here to debate with you. Sorry, you can do research on Google.
Research on
I know
Google.
I can do research on Google, but you're protesting. I just wanted to ask what movement is Elon Musk a part of that's not good for democracy?
Go home, look it up.
Can I see that sign? What does that say? Where is Elon Musk's marbles? What does that mean?
I don't know. Can't you read?
But it's your sign. I'm just asking. I just want to know what it means to you.
What it means is that he's an idiot. That's what it is.
He's an idiot? In what way? What's he doing?
You know what? I don't want to engage with you. Sorry. If you are interested in this topic, please read up about it. It's all over the news, the internet, all
Okay.
kinds of information available to it.
Okay. But you guys are here with the sign, so maybe you know more about it than I do.
I'm not here to explain this to you. I'm here to support this
You're
movement,
not here to explain it to anyone?
not to you in particular. No, I've explained it to you and you refuse to accept it. So
Well, all you said is Elon doesn't have marbles and that he's an idiot. Do you think he's an idiot for like sending rockets into space and stuff?
yeah, I do.
Why?
Okay, listen.
Go
I'm
home,
not
look it up.
here to debate with you. You're not prepared to accept any information, so sorry.
So what do you guys think? Is it her? It totally looked like her to me. When I don't know why I got the sense of like, this feels like deja vu when I was talking to the protester at the Pierre Poilievre town hall in Duncan. And then when I went home, I'm like, why does this seem so familiar? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, let me look it up. Let me look up the time that I went to this protest. And it just looks like her. Like, it looks like her. I'm just gonna mute it and show her again. Like, it was the same, like, sort of the same face structure. This time she covered her eyes, I guess, to be a bit more incognito. And, you know, she had the same exactly, Dylan Rail. She had the same pre-programmed answers. She was much more prepared this time. She was like, go home and look it up right away. Instead of saying, oh, you don't know why Musk is a fascist? Like, that's it, And then someone else in the comments said they've seen her as a regular across the island as a protester. So I don't know what to make of this. Is she paid? Is she paid like to be there to just why is she there? If she's not willing to engage and to not answer any questions and to not explain her position, to not give any details about her signs, like why she thinks Pierre is a psyop or why Musk is a leader of a fascist movement, like why is she there? Like, I have to think that they're paid to do this, because why would you stand in the rain if you're not passionate about the message, if you're not willing to like bring people over to your side of thinking, to your side of the aisle? If she was not paid, I'd be very sad for her. Yeah. She's a paid protest. You missed calling her out. I asked her if she's being paid for this during this video. I asked her. So, well, she didn't even say anything. She's not articulate. She didn't say anything. She just said, stop harassing me right away. Go home, look it up. Apparently, it's extremely obvious why Pierre is supposedly a psyop, and I should just go home and look it up. Just like I should go home and look up why Elon Musk bad and Tesla should be protested. And let's stand in the rain with like our 2-3 friends with our signs in the rain and but not answer any questions if anyone approaches and asks like some rudimentary basic, like, hey, how is Musk a fascist? How is Tesla bad? How? Like, no answers. No answers. Also, I've been following you for a long time on X. Did you see that too? I'm not entirely new. Is your handle the same on X? It's difficult to keep track of everyone that's there, but if you're regularly in the comments, I'm sure I've interacted or seen comments from you before for sure. There was a lady that did a tirade on Facebook about the town hall kicking out protesters and being mean to the guy that called Pierre an elitist. LOL, maybe the same lady. So I was at the town hall. He was not kicked out. The guy who made the elitist comment was not kicked out. Pierre even said, like, hey, let him stay. This is not that bad. Like, I've got so much worse. He was able to ask his question. I didn't see him getting kicked out. Now, I was in the middle rows, so I don't know, like, if they eventually like escorted him out, but there was no fuss. There was no drama. Pierre's like, don't take away the mic from him. Let him ask his question. So that's that. Reason number 363 to get out of BC. Well, for those who can, I guess by all means do. And well, she's a typical wokey. Yeah. Hi, Kat. I was the one who got the video of Carney on my street in North Nanaimo a few weeks ago. It was so strange. She came from the backyard of that house. I wonder what that was all about. We never really found out. Yeah, I remember you sending me that. So what was he doing here? We still don't even really know. What was he doing here? No clue. Yes, the same. Matt BLA 77. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for you on X. You tagged me in the X post. Okay, cool. If I sometimes miss these, it's impossible to keep up with the notifications 24/7. But if if there's something really important you want me to see, consider sending it as a direct message. Like, I'm more likely to respond to those. Because it kind of gets lost in the notification feed. Also, if you're subscribed on X, it's way more likely that I'll see it because it gets bumped up in the notification. So if you want to support at all in any way, you could subscribe on X. It's like $2 a month. I think I lowered it to the most lowest possible tier. I think I don't even know if it lets you do like a dollar. Maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to support and get more visible in comments and DMs, consider subscribing on X there. Although I was more quiet, to be honest. Okay. That's David Eby's sister. Is it really? Like, are you saying that as a joke? I don't know. Look what happens when 100+ names on ballots, paid protesters. It's all part of the agenda. Very possible. Like, wow, NPC. Well, yeah, some of these people are walking memes. It's true. The sooner Alberta becomes independent, the better. He was visiting his mother in the old folks' home. Like, you mean Carney was on a private street? His mother lives in Nanaimo? Okay. I didn't know. Well, that's great, Pierre. Let them stay and ask questions. Classy in my books. Yeah, that was the first town hall of his that I've ever been to. I didn't see any vetting. Questions were announced and people just lined up. They just lined up and they asked whatever they could ask. People asked him about digital ID. People asked him about, the WHO treaty, like all the things that are supposed to be too hot topic for mainstream media. He was asked and he answered. So yeah. These live streams are great. Thank you. I'm trying. I know I'm like not some great orator or great speaker, but I'm trying. He went to lunch with his mom. Okay. Well, cool. I guess everyone has, even Hitler had a mom. So I live in Austria. So yes, we've got the same mess here. Like you have in Canada called the European Union, or better, the European Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Is that what you mean by EUSSR? It's sad. I don't want to think of it like that. The house was probably his Arrive Can associates. Right. That those guys that like spent, what was it, $54 million on an app that like was able to be recreated by a couple of guys in less than 24 hours, like at home. Yikes. Victim of the woke mind virus, difficult to treat. Sadly, maybe we need more trained exorcists. Some of it is impossible to treat. I know some people wake up, but for some people, this is terminal. You can't cure it. Is everyone seeing the lineups for separation vote in Alberta? I'm sure it's all over X. I'm sure. I don't want to lose Alberta, but I don't blame them. Yep, totally get that. Yeah. Well, after Carney starts a war over Greenland, Greenland will be the 51st state ever so quickly. Did you guys see that thing that Trump put out? He's like, I'm putting a 10% tariff on Denmark, Sweden, the UK, the Netherlands, and a bunch of countries. And he's increasing it to 25% in June until such a time that a deal to buy Greenland is solid. He's not kidding around. West Canada will beat Greenland to USA Dome. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, all sorts, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Kat. Don't downplay what you know, Wendy, it's hard. Like, I don't know about any of you guys, but I will never be able to be rid of the feeling of the imposter syndrome. Never. Like, never. I'm just doing this because like I feel like I have no choice. And also I have the ability, the opportunity to do it. Like I can be online and pay attention and say the things that I think to be true. I know not everyone has that luxury because of work obligations and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying. So I appreciate the words of encouragement. Thank you. Yes, it's crazy. No Fringe was in Edmonton and there was a few hour lineup. Yeah, I guess there's lineups for signing the Alberta independence petition or whatever. I'm sorry, but any country that has government-funded media is as close to communism as you can get. Propaganda blasted directly into your home daily. Doesn't that remind you, if you've ever seen the Hunger Games, when they have like this mandatory viewing message that comes on their TVs in their home, like mandatory viewing message from President Snow? That's what that reminds me of. I know it's not mandatory in Canada yet, but who knows? If the Liberals get their way for another, 10 years, maybe it will become mandatory viewing. Carney's forcing Canada to buy China electric vehicles. Yeah, 50,000 a year at first, then up to 70,000 of these spyware, malware cars roaming the streets of Canada. And just today I posted how there was Israel had these cars, and they're like, well, it's like they're transmitting data to China, so we're scrapping that. But Canada decided to get on board. And Canada gave China weapons grade Ebola before COVID. Really? Well, that's crazy if that's true. We'll be American long before China even gets a sniff at our land. Very possible. I don't know. It's the new PSYOP. Anyone here remember when Canada gifted Ebola to China's people? Is that true? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention at the time. She may also be shadow banned on X. Who? Me? Very possible. Sometimes I'm in the algorithm wave, but sometimes it feels like it's heavily deboosted. I don't know. Don't worry, Bobby. We'll be piggybacking Chinese news reports for more accurate reporting in the coming months. Oh, biocontainment suit while working in the containment lab. RCMP still investigating a possible policy breach reported by PHA of Canada. Huh. Interesting. Recommend you to follow her, Kat. She's quite based and awesome, just like you are. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I will look into it. Freedom of speech is ours. Comrades. Well, we have to defend it. Otherwise, we lose it. China constantly has fires due to the EV batteries. Seems legit. Calls to just unite behind the CPC is weak. Demand our leaders be conservative, stick to principles, do not acquiesce to people who hate you. The CBC crowd will never give conservatives a fair shot no matter what. True. Don't be scared of the mean girls at the CBC. And I'm not aligning myself behind like any one specific leader. Like obviously right now the best we have is the CPC, and I believe you should hold them to a higher conservative standard, although I don't know what hope that actually brings or what positive change that actually brings. Canada we're not conservative enough here. They have a very fine line to walk. And if you deny that fact, like you're just not living in reality. Maxime Bernier and all these guys, they're never going to be prime minister. It's just not happening. Canada doesn't have the population for that. I'm sure it's all noble, and I'm sure what they say maybe is a stronger conservative message, but realistically speaking, look at, he's lost support. So you can hate me for saying that. I know a lot of people do hate me for saying that, but I don't care. I'm being realistic. Like, hey, I voted PPC when Aaron O'Toole was the leader of the Conservatives. I voted for them. So, but it's just unrealistic. So it's unrealistic completely. After Carney's NWO remark, Canada will change its name to China. I've heard that term for so long. It's sad. Winnipeg lab leak. We never did get all the facts about that scandal. Well, we don't get a lot of facts about any scandal here for that matter. Honestly, like when is anyone ever held accountable here? I hear the new Chinese EV models has a fentanyl dispenser, and if you stop singing the Chinese national anthem, the brakes won't work. That's funny. Although you've engaged with Robin, I saw Robin maybe shadow ban on X. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. All right. Look how we've moved Polier on immigration. Exactly. Hold them to account. Say the things. If they're saying something that's a bit too milquetoast, make them, press them to take harder stances on issues that matter. This is what I agree with. I've never backed down from that. I'm like, hey, like hating on Trump and that is not a good strategy. Well, that turned out to be true. Elbows up wasn't a winning message, even if it came from, well, not in the exact same words from the Conservatives, but yeah, it didn't work. Last time someone predicted a new world order, we had 20 years of war. Ugh. You're right. We are I think the most, from what I've seen, the much smarter people who've been paying attention way longer than I have say we're center left. So you're never going to have someone who's like what the CBC would call far right gain any kind of national sweeping movement. Like that's just not happening as things are. Maybe down the road as this movement builds and as future generations become more conservative, because typically generations become more liberal. I think Gen Z is the first generation to be more conservative than the previous one. So like it's a slow process. You can't just be like, boom, and someone like Max is prime minister. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Like, that's just delusional. Truth. People's Republic of Brookfield has banned at not sure what that means. That's why they want us to cyberbully. That's why they don't want us to cyberbully them anymore. They can't handle it. All for doing whatever we have to do to win and not alienate average Canadians, but no sense in winning if the government is liberal light. See Doug Ford. Well, Doug Ford, what a disgrace. Remember, Trump and many in his cabinet were Democrats, so don't lose hope. To hold on to hope. True. Defund the CBC. Absolutely. They get $1.5 billion a year to push liberal propaganda. Let that sink in. And they fail at delivering news. And they cover for Carney. They clipped out the NWO comment of his. Defund these guys. And fund independent voices that you believe in, that say the things that you think are true. Do that. Do that, because they get our tax money whether we like it or not. Yeah, a world order pushed by the Rockefeller and Rothschild families with full support and muscle from the US, Israel, UN, NATO, and of course, yeah, who knows how convoluted it is? Who knows? Everyone is a liberal until they grow up. Yeah, that comment. Like, if you're not a liberal when you're young, you don't have a heart. And if you're not a conservative when you're older, you don't have a brain. I think that's how the comment goes. I know I'm butchering it, but yeah. Soften or massage messaging as need be for electoral success, but obtain power to effectively institute real conservative change. That I'm not sure that's how it'll go. Like, I know that sounds nice in theory, but it has to be a generation that's raised conservatively. It has to be, it starts in the home, really. And, well, I mean, also what Charlie Kirk was doing was changing young minds on college campuses. We need a Canadian Charlie Kirk. That's what we need. Alberta is the only state we welcome to the USA. The other provinces will need first to apologize before they're invited to join. Gen Z and Gen X are the future. Yeah. There's a lot of wokeness happening on the West Coast here. I think Pierre has a lot to do with that, your Gen Z comment. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I hope he's appealing to young voters. Let's put Canada in order instead of a new world order. Yeah, well, that's a nice sentiment. We need a prime minister that's not aligning with China for that to happen. There's a lot of work to be done. Oops, I just showed that. The CBC constantly bullshitting Canadians. Communist Broadcasting Corporation. I was nonpartisan before the convoy. Now I'm conservative. That's interesting. Was it just the convoy that did it? Was it the convoy that did it, or what was it? I would like to know. Bernier doesn't even want to be PM. He's a grifter who shows up every election to beg for money, and then he runs back to sit on his in Florida to live off that money. Like, I don't want to paint it so harshly and crudely and describe it that way, but sometimes that's what it seems like. Oh, and he has me blocked. He has like 95% of the country blocked at this point, I guess. What happens if I comment on both platforms? Oh, hey, D-Rock. By the way, PS, check liar.com on the live. It has been on that one person for some time now. Is it Mark Carney? Because I think it used to be Trudeau. I think that's the case. You're forgetting all the balanced government-funded CBC adjustment documentaries. Oh. Dame Nation, member, YouTube member in the chat. Nice to see you guys interacting with each other. That's fun. Trump wins. Never mind who's in our government. He finds the way. That man gets a lot done. He just gets it done. The working class cities like Mississauga, Caledon, Brampton will be going blue next election. Hopefully. They will call us the N-word Nazis, no matter how liberal the CPC campaigns. They attacked Erin O'Toole, whatever it takes to win. We had Jordan Peterson. We had him. He left. He's in America now. And God bless that man. Give him health and strength. I know he's not feeling well. So prayers up for Jordan Peterson. They're relying on us being nice Canadians. I think we're past our niceness. Not enough of us, Dylan. Not enough of us. We need a Canadian Elon Musk, Brett Wilson, to give a real fighting chance, a rich, powerful, sympathetic individual to amplify our message. Well, I hope Elon Musk spreads some of the Canadians who are fighting for all the right things here and against the New World Order with China. I'm 50 now. I was a liberal in my 20s and early 30s. Trudeau changed my views. Okay, good. My whole family is liberal. I'm the only conservative. That's tough. I had a Canadian left to say they were illegally parked, so they were. Oh gosh. Thank you to everyone sending in chats. It's difficult to keep up. Wow, I've been doing this almost 2 hours. Elon Musk and Charlie Kirk. Well, I don't think so. You're free to think that, but I think you're completely wrong. Wombat Willie 1002. Feel free to give your reasons, but did you do what Elon Musk did? Did you do what Charlie Kirk did? It's easy to sit on the couch at home in a basement eating junk and calling balls and strikes. How about you do what you think they couldn't do? Just saying. I so miss Jordan Peterson. I hope he's doing okay now. Me too. Me too. For sure. We lost a treasure, a Canadian national treasure when he moved to the States, I think. You wrote you on XChat, YouTube is censoring. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Wombat is batshit crazy. Yeah. Oh no, Wombat thinks we're like low IQ. Are you guys just absolutely devastated? Like, are you ready just to call it quits because some anon account with and a non-cartoon picture thinks you're low IQ? I think we should pack it up now. I think we should just completely pack it up and give up totally and utterly because some anon account with 3 followers said we should give it up because we're low IQ. That's so funny. That viewer has the IQ of a wombat. I bet you a wombat has a higher IQ, actually. I bet you. Someone says low IQ. I didn't vote liberal. I know, we didn't just vote for a guy who said, judge me by the grocery prices, and then grocery prices shot up 30%, and they're still out here with their foam fingers like their #1 fans going, elbows up, China good, aligning with China is really good. Forget freedom-loving Americans as our partner, as our closest ally in terms of proximity and culture. Forget all that. Let's align with communism. That makes us true Canadian patriots. That makes us super high IQ to align with communist China, where you have no freedom of speech, no human rights, all kinds of human rights abuses, like with the Uyghurs and all that. Well, let's align with them. NWO, elbows up for NWO with China. What? My liberal girlfriend can't cook at all. How does toast have bones? Not sure what that means. Not sure what that means. Oh, I see. Okay. So it does let you highlight super chats. Auto star super chats. Okay. See? Okay. I have it all in one place. Let's just revisit. Hello to Vince of New Scotland. Hello to Lori Shaw 2929, who became a YouTube member, and hello to Dame Nation, who became a YouTube member, and to Matt Hatter, who sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you to all you guys. Appreciate the support. Truly, this is what makes the live chat is so much more fun. So we can interact like this. Why aren't my messages showing? Well, they are. They're just in a stream of a whole bunch of other messages, and I have to click on each message individually to show the messages. So if you want your message to stand out more, you could send in a super chat or become a member so that I can have it all starred in a nice little tab here and highlight those messages. I agree with this statement. They're morally bankrupt. They proved it. Remember, Anita Anand was asked about, well, Carney said China is a threat, and now he's aligning us with Carney. What do you have to say about that? And she's like, it's a new government. It's a new cabinet. It's this, it's that, whatever. So yeah, no morals, morally bankrupt. Thank you to Wickenden 1969 for becoming a YouTube member. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your support. This is easy to highlight now that I found the tab for all of you guys, for the members and for the super chatters. Thank you. Goodbye to you, Darcy. Thanks for joining. Sending money for Ukraine and getting in bed with China. Make it make sense. I know, right? Hey, I stand with Ukraine, and no one will say you're anti-Canadian if you do that. But if you dare say anything positive about America and how they're much more free over there, well, you're anti-Canadian. Make it make sense, right? Wait until these crazies find out Mexico has a version of ICE and they're busy boys too. Don't tell them that. They'll cry. Their brains will break. Sorry, Kat, I'm not being cheap. I had to figure out how to send money. Oh, don't apologize. Like, thank you for figuring it out, for trying to figure out. Really appreciate you, Mad Hatter Man. Nice hat, by the way. How do you support Ukraine and China at the same time? How does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in their broken brains. Woohoo! Another member. Thank you, Dame Nation. Yes, thank you for everyone who joined as a member. The IQ in this room is about 45. Oh, I'm so devastated from this Anon message. I'm devastated. Like, I don't know how I can go on with my day after reading this. I'm shot. I'm done. That's it. I'll call it quits. Liberal, morally bankrupt in Canada. Yes, with their ridiculous policies. Reminder, YouTube deletes some comments. You know who else could delete comments is moderators. Maybe someone who wants to become a moderator. I don't know how to, how do I make someone a moderator? Does anyone want to become a moderator? You could be. You could have a special little moderator handle there. If you let me know that you want to become one, I'll try to figure out how to do that. I meant Robin Wonders. She was banned at 50,000 followers on Instagram because woke Meta. Yeah, I know many accounts. Robin is just one out of probably hundreds, if not thousands, that got banned. Now the message went through. Cool. Why are you guys spelling Ukraine so weirdly? Every single message with Ukraine comes in weird. Ukraine is far more corrupt than Canada. Probably true. Weren't they one of the most corrupt countries? Now it's 47 IQ. Another flawless lib logic moment. Really, is that what it costs to sell out a country now? 150K. Who sold it out? Yet another member, Ryan Herbert 6282. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I tried to make the memberships as low cost as possible because I'm just starting out here. I think it's pretty fair because I'm still not a super full-time YouTuber. So I tried to make it as accessible as possible for people if they wanted to become a member to support the channel. So really appreciate all of you guys who did become members during this live stream. So Dame Nation, you say you'll mod gladly. Okay, I'll make a note of that and I'll try to figure it out. Crazy legs. I'm going to say that that's the thing. Sends $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you. The news coverage surrounding the convoy, I noticed that the MSM was not interviewing the protesters, but I noticed True North and Rebel was on the ground with the convoy. That was when. Okay, so you noticed that mainstream media was unfairly covering the event, and that's what kind of turned you towards the conservative sort of independent outlets to kind of. Okay, I appreciate the information. Yeah, there's different. I'm so interested in what turns people from either not paying attention and all of a sudden being awake and aware of what's going on, CBC being biased, mainstream media in Canada being biased, liberals not delivering on everything that wakes a person up to the reality of things. I'm always so curious how that happens. So thank you for sending the super chat and explaining what kind of woke you up to things. Super interesting. I love it. Um, okay, so I've got some moderator things to hand out once I figure out how to. So Dame Nation wants to do that. Cool. Um, members and super chatters, keep the train going. You guys are rock stars. Yes, you are. Literally, honestly, because how else could I do this if it wasn't for the support of the people? Honestly. Crazy legs, yes. Mod somebody that has been here and on X for a long time. Well, just like put it, if you're on X, Matt BLA, you said you're on X and here. So if you want to be a moderator as well, let me know. I'll put you in once I figure out how. I wonder who gets a lawsuit first, MPs or media. Don't know. Trump got a supporter writing Meta this week. I expect changes soon. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Ostriches and BC fairies woke me up. Okay. See, that's a more recent awakening. So cool. BC fairies. What do you mean by that? Like during the lockdowns or more recently something happened with them? I'm drawing a blank here at the moment. Yes, go Bills. Ryan Herbert 6280 member. Thank you. Paying attention to absolutely everything helps. Not everyone has that luxury though. Like people work 9-10 hours a day. They're commuting. Like they watch 15 minutes max of news a day. It's difficult to pay attention to all the crazy news cycle, whirlwind of the news cycle. It's not that easy to kind of keep up. You know, I'm paying attention online because this is what I do. I'm online all day. I'm on X all day. It's part of like, I guess you could call it my job. It was a job when I was doing social media for news outlets too. So it's easy for me to pay attention, but not for the average person, I would say. Some of the conservatives on X have big followings, but just pump out the same CBC is biased, see messages over and over. They think all of our issues are merely partisan. The rot is institutional. Well, I mean, part of that is true, I guess. Nexo reposted the stream. Thank you, Nexo. Anyways, go Bills. Is there a game going on? Don't mod me. It's just a pain in the... I mod on a couple of Chord streams and you stream the... Streaming a lot takes a lot out of you. True. Okay. Ryan recommends against mods. Okay, fine. I'll take that into consideration. BC Ferry sold the contract to build new ferries to China. Right. Right. Okay. 1 billion going to China to build BC ferries. Thank you for reminding me, everybody. Totally had a brain glitch there with that. Yeah. Oof. Need a sip of water here, guys. I think I've been rambling straight for like 2 straight hours at you. And you're all just hanging out with me. How nice. How nice of you to keep me company. The sun went away here. It was a beautiful day. And I felt empowered, encouraged, motivated to fire up the live stream machine here. So thanks for hanging out. Mods are good. They keep you online and monetized. Okay. Some mixed opinions on mods here. Some against, some for. I don't know. I know my friend, she does regular live streams and she just automatically made me a moderator, but I never really, I'm never in her live streams actually doing it. It's just, if you're there and you're doing it. I think you're doing great. Well, thank you. I'm trying. I said to myself, I'm going to give it a shot at this whole YouTube thing and, putting in more effort to put out content. And here we are. I am trying it. Kat, you are a Saturday night date. Well, you and 1,705 other people that have tuned in. Thanks for hanging out. Husband says, good stream, wife. I'm trying. Thank you. I think we're probably going to wrap it up here, though, guys. This chair is not exactly a stream-friendly chair. It's just a kitchen bar chair, and it's a little hard on the back. A little hard on the back. Thanks for giving it a shot. Well worth it. Thanks, all sorts, Michelle. I'm here trying it. I said I would, and I am. And also Melanie Mack, if you know her, she also banned from Twitch because woke Twitch. I'm not on Twitch. I do know of Melanie Mack. I think she became a popular meme with the face where she's like where she's about to say something. Yeah. Thank you. Cheers. Keep up the good fight. Thank you. Great chatting. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you to everyone who became a member. Appreciate you guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. 2 hours is long enough, right? Right? You know what I mean. You know what I mean with this meme. But she's like, you're a... I just don't have the face that she does. She's like much younger, much more hip, much more pretty, and she does it way better than I do. So you can tell a lot better what she's about to say with that face. Best wishes for Canada. Thank you. I would like to go on Blue Sky, but I'm scared if I check out the craziness, I may get swallowed alive. Yeah. You know, at the rally in Duncan, like last week, someone said we gave up ground too easily to those types of platforms. We should be on there more, but like everyone I know who's tried Blue Sky, they've been banned like within 24 hours for their wrong think over there. So I don't know. You should, if you think you can stomach it being there, you should. I'm on Threads, and it's way more woke than obviously X. It's like Meta's version of X on there, and when I post anything on there, it gets a lot of hate. Everyone's like melting down. Everyone's acting like cat derangement syndrome is a real thing. You're pathetic. You're this. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. You're awful. Go back to Russia. You like just all the stuff. It just starts like pouring. I don't really care. Obviously, you have to have thick skin. Challenge accepted. Good. Yeah. Try it. Try it. Definitely do try. If you have the stomach for it. I think Threads is good enough for me for now. Until, maybe until such a different time. KDS sounds like a K-pop band. You mean like BTS? I think that's a K-pop band. It's the only one I know of. Don't judge me. Only because of my kids or because of an exercise video that I do on YouTube that uses their audio track. Oh, hail the chat. I found this scrolling through. Okay. Cool. Blue Sky is for the woke alphabet mafia. Yes. Very true. They're very triggered over there by me and my posts. Very, very mad. Very, very mad. Try Getter in Truth. You know what? I should get truth. Like I should get truth. I didn't for a long time. I didn't, but maybe I should. I am hot and they're gay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, that's funny. Here, okay. Let's go through the people that showed up in the super chats and the members once again at the end of the stream, just to highlight you guys. So there's Vince of New Scotland. Thank you for the super chat. Lori Shaw, 2929. Thank you for becoming a member. Dame Nation, thank you for becoming a member. Matt Hatterman, $2 super chat. Thank you. Wickenden 1969, thank you for becoming a member. And Ryan Herbert 6280, thank you for becoming a member. And Crazy Legs, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you guys. I'm gonna end it here because my lips are dry. My lips are dry from talking for 2 hours. That was a fun, lengthy hangout. Thank you everyone who joined and chatted and hung out and sent in support. Really appreciate you guys. Last minute shameless plug, follow me on X if you haven't already, and subscribe there if you haven't, and if you can, and become either a YouTube member or a subscriber on X if you want to support additionally. Okay, I'll see you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to every new member and to the super chatter, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Thank you, Dame Nation. Oh, you're always late. Hey, hit the notification bell. 1972. Probably CJ Gen X on X. if I remember your handle correctly. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining.